Hello class 4. Today we're going to do a new main lesson and I'm going to ask Layla to spell, just to spell this word on the blackboard.
F-R-A-C-T-I-O-N-S.
Who could say the whole word? Good. Kyle, could you say the word please?
Fraction.
Everybody together?
Fractions.
And today we're going to start learning about fractions. Now, the arithmetic will get quite difficult, but we need to understand what a fraction actually is. So I'm going to ask Nyambura, because we have a lovely cake here which we can eat later, would Nyambura come please and cut the cake into 2 pieces. Thank you, Nyambura. Can anybody tell me what we would call this part? Good. Jordan.
We call it a half.
Yes, can you say that? This is 1/2.
1/2.
And how many 1/2s do you see?
2.
Good. I'm going to now ask Jabari if he would come up and cut this half into 2 pieces. Kibobi?
8.
Good. And each of these 8 pieces is what fraction? Benji?
1/8.
1/8. Can you say that?
1/8.
Thank you, children. We will now cut it up and enjoy it for break. At the age of 9 or 10, most children go through some kind of challenge. And a good curriculum meets this challenge in their lives. In mathematics, up until this age, the children have been introduced to the concepts of whole numbers, and they have learned to use those numbers with the 4 rules of plus, minus, times and divide. And as time has gone on, the numbers have got larger. And so we take the number 1 and break it into smaller parts, i.e. fractions. Now the first thing you do with anything that you are teaching, whether it be mathematics, English or whatever, you help the children to have a concept, an idea of what it is. Now younger children understand things less in abstraction and thinking, which we do as adults, but much more in things which are real and in front of them. Things they can touch, things they can cut, things they can smell, things they can feel, etc. So to begin this fraction main lesson, I began with a cake. Children love food and they love cakes, so immediately everybody's interested, with the idea that hopefully at the end of it, you end up eating a part of it. So you take the cake and you ask a child to cut it into 2 pieces. Then you ask them what they call each piece. And they already know what is a half. You cut it again and it's quarters. They know what a quarter is. When you get to eighths, they are less sure. But then you show them that there are 8 pieces and you call each piece an eighth. They then begin to understand the strange thing that as you cut them up more and more, you get more pieces, but smaller. If they understand the concept, which they do quite easily because they've been using these in their lives, they can move on to start to use the arithmetic. With almost all teaching, what you are really doing is making something which the children are meeting in their lives, but you are making them conscious of what it is and how you use it. So once they understand what a fraction is, and you've introduced the top number, which is called the numerator, which is the number of parts of the fraction, you then bring in the bottom number, the denominator, which is the name of the fraction, whether it's halves, quarter, thirds, etc. And then you show to them this very important factor that the middle line, the fraction line, is in fact a dividing sign. So 1 over 2 or a half is 1 divided by 2. In this way you start introducing them to how they will use fractions. The arithmetic that we had done was simple, and the children felt confident in doing it. How many people do you know who tell you they can't do arithmetic? A surprising number. Most because they lack confidence. Either the teacher went too fast, or the teacher missed out important bits in the process. Or the children missed a bit in the process, or they were looking out the window instead of listening. Arithmetic should be introduced very logically, like one rung of a ladder after the next rung after the next rung. If you try to climb up a ladder with 3 bits missing, you're going to fall down. The second part of the block, the next 3-week block, I've started to introduce much harder arithmetic. For example, division, cancelling, and I'm coming on to whole numbers and fractions. One must remember with arithmetic, just because you've introduced something doesn't mean that they will all understand it. With arithmetic, practice makes perfect. So, introduce arithmetic creatively so they understand the concept, then get into the arithmetic of it, and then give them lots of practice so they become confident in using it. Thank you.